Okay, good morning, everybody. I trust that you and your families are managing to maintain an even keel in these stormy times. And as the strains of this pandemic and its accompanying economic and social impacts become ever more keenly felt, we will need to continue to look both inward and outward with compassion, humility, and wherever possible, that sense of humor and graciousness that we've called for previously. In this morning's Assembly message, you'll find an update on social responsibility and the COVID Relief Fund, an update on some of the elements of our plans for next year, an update on Trek 2020, an update on Matric Dance, and a transformation update. So in times like this, signs of strain, anger, sadness, loneliness, rage, selfishness, and discord are to be expected, and don't really require much explanation. However, what is far from expected but marvelous for us to have witnessed is the degree to which so little of that has been seen among us thus far. In fact, our interactions have been overwhelmingly characterized by dignity, compassion, empathy, respect, hard work, gratitude, and constructive contribution. For instance, in social responsibility, through our contacts with a local NGO that serves 12 underprivileged schools in the area, we are working on addressing a long list of needs ranging from water provision to the provision of photocopying equipment and paper, to professional collaboration and teacher mentorship, exam preparation, and holiday program support from teachers. Staff and student committees under Mr. Engelbrecht, our teacher in charge of social responsibility, are leading our responses to these needs, supported by the PA. Please do approach Mr. Engelbrecht if you want to get involved and assist there. You'll also possibly be aware of a number of initiatives led by our PA, who recently communicated with the school in general about the Wraithbee feeding scheme. And if you want to contribute to that, you can drop off spreads and soup packets as donations and place them in the box outside our reception for collection on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Then there's an initiative called the Soul Circle Group, which every Monday to Thursday morning provides hot tea and coffee to patients at Helderberg Hospital. So you can get involved there with donations. And then there's the Sandwich Angel Initiative. Ask your folks to contact their PA reps to find out more about those initiatives. Finally, we're really grateful to all of the members of our community who have contributed so generously to the ABT COVID-19 Relief Fund, which now stands at 277,000 Rand from 18 contributions. This fund aims where possible to assist families in need, predominantly from a school fee perspective. Should you wish to contribute to the fund or should your parents wish to inquire about the process of making an application to the fund for assistance, please contact Mr. Matia. Then there's an update on some of our plans for next year. So against this backdrop of economic strain, the board and school management have spent a lot of time discussing the steps that we believe will help further strengthen our long-term sustainability. And so looking ahead to 2021, we therefore will be introducing an online grade 8 offering only, utilizing the experience we have gained in running online classes during this time. This offering is aimed particularly at attracting students who live far from the college campus and who don't want the full campus experience or opportunities to join sports and cultural teams or do Trek and other camps. If there's sufficient demand, we would consider extending this to grade 9 as well next year. Also, we won't be increasing any academic fees or levies for the junior or senior school or boarding fees in the senior school, in a step that we hope parents will appreciate is only possible because we will be keeping our operating expenses as tight as possible. We also will be reducing the enrollment fee, which is payable in 2021 and for 2022, those intakes in junior and senior schools. And this will provide particular relief to parents of children in the younger grades. Also, we won't be charging any fees for junior school aftercare, and we'll invite any student in the junior school to join aftercare once their school day is complete. We're also going to be limiting capital development, so that's buildings and infrastructure development, and reducing our maintenance spend as far as possible in order to be able to afford those savings that we're passing on. And then we aim to complete the design of the rowing tank and refurbishment of the library, but we won't commence building unless the financial position allows and it's a fully responsible decision. Then there's an update on Trek 2020, and the good news is at this stage we are on track to go ahead. So 2 weeks ago, the Cabinet announced that leisure tourism within one's province will be opening up a bit more. So this is a great step in the direction of Kopi Alien, the iconic spot where trekkers raise their flag on the last day of trek and celebrate what they have all overcome together. The thought of what raising that flag this year would mean to them and to us as a community is something that we must believe in and do whatever we can to achieve. Below, under this heading, there are a few plans to increase the chances of trek happening, and I'm very grateful to Mr. Brink and to Mr. Pickering for pursuing this in cooperation with some key parents who are helping us ensure that we have permission from SANParks and Cape Nature to go ahead and use the trails and use the accommodation, and that we're putting in place all of the necessary additional safety measures in the time of COVID to make sure that trek is a positive, safe experience for all of our grade 9s and accompanying adults. And then I want to give you an update on the matric dance, not the full detail, but just to say that we've obviously had to cancel the matric dance in its usual form, and what we're going to do though is make sure that we appropriately celebrate our matrics who have undergone so much this year and had to forego so much this year. And in that regard, please do look out for the letter from myself and Ms. Lopesha, who's the teacher in charge of the Matric Dance Committee. Then briefly, a transformation update. Over the past month, the momentum behind transformation has been maintained through, among other things, 3 meetings of the Somerset College Student Transformation Committee, continued engagement with our Old Oaks, numerous online interactions and sharing sessions for grades 11 and 12 run by our transformation consultants and facilitated by the English department, and both online and on-campus demonstrations of solidarity during the past week under the student-initiated banner of Giving Voices to the Voiceless, and an online feedback, reflection, discussion and sharing session for teaching staff facilitated by our transformation consultants. In all of this, my overwhelming impression has been of compassion and dignity, mutual respect, as well as wisdom, intelligence and commitment from our students and staff, as well as from the parents who've engaged with me. And I really want to appeal to all of us to do whatever we can to continue this work in its current vein. Finally, we're very grateful at this stage that the final IEB examinations will be written this year, close to the normal time frame. And on that note, we wish our matrics all of the very best for their prelim examinations that start on Wednesday, the 19th. So I wish you all a really good week, and I'll see you around campus.